Good everyone, I'm Kinunners and Blaze, and welcome back to episode number 44, you said, I correct?
It's 44.
Of the Shy Point podcast. With Kinunners and myself. We're not starting that again. We've been talking to each other for like over an hour. It's fine. Anyway, I actually don't have as much to talk about today.
I don't either.
You have no little things?
I don't know what's been going on in the world.
There are some little things going on. First thing we'll get into, since you brought it up before the podcast, Notch is working on a Minecraft successor, spiritual successor.
I'm scared.
I don't know.
Why?
Because he doesn't like how Minecraft is.
Okay.
Yeah. as far as I'm aware. I don't know. I don't know how much, like, how long ago did he leave and stop making things like...
Yeah, like, okay.
The world's a very different place from when Minecraft originally came out.
Yeah.
Therefore, I don't know what it will be like. And
it just seems kind of pointless. Like, you have Minecraft. We'll get Reforged.
Yes. I'm excited for Reforged.
Like, how are you going to make that different?
I don't know. Yeah, he reckons he can make it. I don't know. By what I've seen, a lot of his projects that he's announced over the years haven't really gone anywhere anyway. Therefore, this might not go anywhere.
Interesting. I didn't even know he had projects.
Oh yeah, there's another one called like Levers and Switches.
Oh.
Which is another like block-based game that he was working on for a little while there. It's a whole thing. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, not quite.
It's like one of those things that you see sometimes and you're just like, what? Okay.
Yeah, it was this thing I saw the other day. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, because he keeps calling it sort of like Minecraft 2. However, like, there's no way he'd be able to call it Minecraft 2. Like,
no, absolutely not.
Therefore, yeah. Anyway, on other news, there's been there's been another leak for the Switch 2.
The Joycon leak?
Yeah.
I think I saw a little bit on that. I'm slightly up to date.
Slightly up to date. There's two main things I want to talk about with the leak, though.
Okay.
The first one is the colors. Like, the base color that we've seen for a lot of things with the Switch 2 is blue and orange.
Blue, yeah, I've noticed.
And that simply makes me happy.
I didn't see orange. I saw blue, though.
And the other Joy-Con has orange on it.
Orange, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your colors, quite literally.
Yeah, my colors, exactly. Yay. Yay for me. I don't ever need to get special edition. I've already got the Azure Blaze version. Straight off the bat. It looks like they're doing the colors as trims, though, as opposed to the actual full Joy-Con in this.
Yeah,
this time around.
I mean, that's okay.
And the rails are going to be colored as well, which is interesting. I don't know. To me, it looks fine.
That doesn't bother me.
I like the look of it. And the other thing with the Joy-Con leak is, if you look on the rail side, the RB and the LB buttons are bigger, which is nice for playing with single Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I think I noticed that when I saw them.
And they slightly jut out, and there is as well a hole with an optical, what looks like an optical sensor in it. Do you know what an optical sensor is?
No.
It's how your mouse works.
Oh. What?
Yeah. Do you have a Switch around you currently?
I do right now.
Is it right next to you?
I can get it. It's almost right next to me. Actually, it's on charge, so it might be difficult.
That's alright. I was going to say grab a Joy-Con, was what I was going to say.
Oh, it's in its case, though.
Don't worry about it. What I was going to say is try facing it rail down onto the bench and moving it around. You can use the trigger like mouse buttons and the bumper.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think the next Switch is going to have mice?
You're just going to connect it to the computer.
Well, because, like, this isn't the first time I've seen this. I've seen other YouTubers talking about it like it's the first thing that they've ever seen this happen. Lenovo's handheld PC did a very similar thing. What I understand?
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's been a thing before.
Yeah, you could take, like, its controllers off the side and then use them as mice if you wanted to.
Yeah,
like,
that's definitely a thing.
That's going to be really good for, like, I know everyone's going to say FPSs. That's literally the last thing I can think of right now. Like point and clicks and Mario Maker. specifically.
Yeah.
That sort of thing, like when you need like,
anything that requires like a little more precision.
I don't know.
As I imagine will be helpful for.
Yeah, because like if they can use it for that sort of thing, like I think the reason the RB and the LB sides are jutted out a little bit is that way it can sort of glide across a bit easier.
Yeah,
That's what it sort of looks like at least.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
How are they supposed to? Oh, wait, I forgot they were magnetic for a second.
Yeah, they're magnetic as well.
I was like, how are you supposed to take them off the dock when there's no button? They're magnetic.
I think there is a button. I don't know how it detaches the magnets. I have no idea how it works.
Yeah.
It might simply be that, or it might be by the looks of it, but what I've seen at least, it might be that the magnet sticks out of the side of the one of them, the Joy-Con or the Switch, and goes into the other, and the button might retract it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That seems like a likely sort of.
Yeah.
Thing.
I don't know. The Joy-Cons, they're a lot bigger as well.
Because, like, is that what the middle part is?
Yes.
Like, that's the magnet part?
Yes. That is the magnet part. Which looks like a hole on the Joy-Con, which tells me the Switch.
It does, yeah.
Maybe. However, the button, there is a button on the Joy-Con itself, therefore I don't know.
There is?
Yeah, it's right next to the trigger.
Oh, I just might
like
not be able to see
the
it on
other
the one I'm looking
Joy-Cons.
at. Yeah.
They were like, yeah, the sync button's in the same place. Yeah, it's like the circles on either side of the SR and SL buttons.
Yeah, I see.
They're like jut down a bit.
The mouse.
Yeah. That's what it's sort of be like.
I see. Interesting.
I think that'd be neat. The other thing that I've seen people floating around with the idea of the optical sensor for is because it's the idea of the optical sensor is it judges based on distance and things like that. It might make the motion controls way better.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Yeah. Which would be good as well.
Yes.
All I can think of though is like how much junk is crammed inside these little things.
Especially right there, like in that side bit.
Yeah. there's like 3 buttons. One of them is syncing button, an optical sensor, a magnet. Like
there's a lot going on right there.
They're definitely bigger. I don't know if you've seen the pictures.
They are bigger.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the people comparing them in some pictures. Have like it's
yeah, I have one of them up.
it's amazing. Like they're a lot bigger. I think people are slightly upset that they're not using proper joysticks. They're using the same ones. However, like they got to try to make them.
Is that really that much of a problem though?
Like as long as they don't have drift, yeah, it's fine. However, they need to be able to keep it slim.
Yeah.
Because that's how it works. Like the idea of the Switch is you take it out. Therefore, yeah, it is kind of upsetting that there isn't like a little bit more grip on the back of the Joy-Con though.
Yeah.
It's flat again.
It is, unless they doesn't look like it, and they actually add a little bit of texture to the back.
Possibly. Yeah, but yeah, there is yeah, I got a picture up on screen on my side where it's got like the orange ones as well, the orange side.
Where are the orange? Let's see what these orange ones are.
And there's the C button. Have you heard about the C button?
C button? No.
Yeah, on the right Joy-Con there's a C button underneath the home button.
What?
It literally has a big C in it, and people who don't know what it's about, I don't know what it's about either.
Center.
Center your Joy-Con button.
Anything I can think of.
Some YouTubers are saying like connect button.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, I say some YouTubers. One YouTuber I watched in specific says connect button. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I do like it's blue and orange though. I'm very happy with that. Oh golly. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see. Because at this point, we know everything almost about the Switch, don't we? Like the only thing we're missing is what the UI looks like.
Yeah, it's just like the general information is really.
The only thing we haven't seen yet is someone turning it on and using it. Like...
Yeah. The Switch in use. That's it. That's all we haven't seen, I think.
Like, that's if this is all true. Imagine if all of this was a big hoax.
Do you imagine it's just completely different?
Yeah, all of it is fake.
It looks like a diamond or something.
Imagine this is like Nintendo's way of like getting rid of leakers by putting all these fake leaks out.
Do you imagine? They're just like, we beat you all.
Yeah, turns out the Switch 2 is nothing like the Switch 1. And everyone's like, wait, we wanted it to be like the Switch 1.
We were just 2 steps ahead. We knew this would happen. Defeat the problem before it starts.
Yeah. That's maybe that's why they haven't unveiled it yet, considering all these leaks.
Maybe.
Because like at this point, with all these leaks,
you might as well.
They may as well show it off. Like, get out there before all the secrets are gone. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny. Yeah, no, the Switch 2. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Like, there's been the whole leaks as well about the GPU that it's using as well now. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And them being like 8 nanometer as opposed to 4, which means they're not as like good at like what's it called? They're not as efficient or something like that.
Yeah.
And like in the end, it comes down to how Nintendo uses it. Like, it's not.
Well, yeah, like that's the thing, right? Is like I don't. Yeah. It's like how dimensions work for stuff. Like,
yeah,
you gotta realize how it's being used first before you criticize it. Yeah,
exactly. Like,
it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It could just be the way it needs to work.
Yeah, for all we know, like, while it doesn't look necessarily like a fully custom chip, for all we know, it's completely customized and has something in it that requires it to be an 8 nanometer in size as opposed to 4. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You don't know. Like,
yeah, not to mention that these are leaks. It doesn't, it's not necessarily the case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Calm down.
That leak could be from a prototype that was like in development like 2 years after the first Switch release. Like, you don't know. Like, and like,
criticize it when it's an actual thing.
Yeah, if the thing actually comes out and things run pretty poorly on there, then criticize it.
There you go.
Because I know I will be as well. Hell of a like.
Yeah, exactly.
Hell of a like.
Anyone would.
At this point, I'm like, I've seen what Nintendo can do with the normal Switch. Like.
Exactly.
No matter.
If they optimize it well enough, then it's fine.
Yeah. No matter how big this chip is, it's gonna be better than the normal Switch. Like,
yeah.
Unless they did something like
They're just terrified.
A 32 or 32? Is it 32 or 36? I can't remember what. It's the intervals. Of 8. 30, 32 is the interval of 8?
I can't think of what it is, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever it is, like that nanometer size or something like that comes out like that. No, I don't think it's that bad. It might be possible as well that the 4 nanometer that they may have been prototyping, because I imagine they would have prototyped some.
Yeah.
I can only imagine as well that maybe it was too costly. Like, a lot of people have to remember that like they're trying to make this for people to be able to buy. Like, it's not an enthusiast product.
It goes back to the whole like, I don't think people understand how development works and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a whole lot of things where it's like, oh, they need to bring the price down. Like, it's not like a PS5 Pro where like literally only people who really want to spend that much are going to spend that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they need, it's going to be their general consumer product. It's not a niche one. Like, it's it's going to be more expensive than the base Switch regardless. Like,
yeah, but like at the same time, it's like they've got to make sure people can afford it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I'm sure NVIDIA's done whatever in their power to help with that sort of thing as well, since they're running all the graphics side of things and such. But I understand the chip that was been seen as a Samsung chip of some description.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fine. I don't really. That's whatever.
At the end of the day, as long as it plays my games in a good way, I'm happy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be better than the base Switch.
It runs okay. It looks decent. Okay. Good enough.
And if it has new recording features, That's all I need.
Oh, that too, please.
That's literally. I feel like everyone else is like better performance, slightly better graphics, everything like. I'm like, give me the ability to record for an hour, please.
Give me the amount of time I can choose to record.
Yeah, exactly.
At least give me intervals, you know.
That's all I want. Like that's literally all I want from the Switch 2. Anything else is a bonus for me. All I want is better recording capabilities. Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't even care if it one's the same as the first Switch. You know, like.
To be fair, if it does run the same as the first Switch,
that will be concerning. Don't get me wrong, but like.
Considering, by the time this comes out, the first Switch is going to be like 8 years old because it turns 8 in March. Yeah. And we're running out of time for them to unveil it and then release it. There needs to be some time in between the unveil and the release. Like. Yeah,
exactly.
I think like
you can't just shadow drop a console.
Well, Sega.
Sega's built different.
That is like literally one of the reasons the Saturn failed because they shadow dropped it that day.
Sega's built different. They learnt.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder to shadow drop a console, as Sega's proved in the past. Literally destroyed the console business for them.
Yeah.
They tried to get it back with the Dreamcast, it was too late, the PlayStation was already there.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. Yeah, no. Therefore, like, I feel like they at least need 2 months, and that means they're going to have to redo it soon if they want it out before the end of the financial year.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is, the Japanese fiscal year or something like that. But they've given a date that they will unveil the system before the end of their fiscal year, which is the end of March, I believe.
Okay.
We've got 2.5 months.
They don't have long. Especially for a console.
Yeah. Therefore, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm getting my pre-order money ready because I'm gonna try and get one the first day. It's probably not gonna happen thanks to Scalpers, but I'll try.
No, you can try, yeah.
I'll see how it goes.
We don't know how well it'll go, but you can try.
Yeah. Oh, golly. Especially because, like, it's not even a fact of, like, I simply want one. It's the fact that at this point in our life, we're doing a lot of stuff with the channel, and,
yeah,
like, we do a lot of Nintendo-based content, specifically.
We do.
Having the Switch 2 at launch is going to be, like, one of the main things we need.
Yeah.
Sadly, I can't write it off on tax yet.
Yeah. It's fine.
We'll get there one day. Yeah, I'm expecting it to be, I want to say about $500.
I think, what was the Switch when it was originally released? Was it like 4?
What's the Switch now?
I have no idea.
I think, how much did I get? I got the Breath of the Wild, the Tears of the Kingdom Switch for about $450.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm expecting $500 to $550, probably.
That sounds reasonable, I think.
I mean, it doesn't really, how will
I? Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
I mean, I don't really want to pay that much,
No.
Oh, considering, this Xbox that I'm using here is $700. Like...
Yeah.
I could very much see the Switch being about $500 in Australia. Everything's super expensive in Australia.
It's Australian money, I'm afraid.
Like the 2 terabyte, I think I've talked about this on the channel before. The 2 terabyte version of the Xbox Series X is over $1,000. Like,
oh yeah, you have told me about that.
I don't know why.
I don't know. They just built different.
all they did is put an extra terabyte of storage in. Like, that is not worth another $300. Well. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for some reason.
Sorry, the 2 terabyte version has a sparkly shell as well. That's the other thing.
Wow. Fancy.
I don't even know how expensive the PS5 Pro is. I haven't even looked. It's probably very expensive.
I don't know.
It's probably like, I want to say probably about $1,200.
To me.
My guess would be $1,200.
Probably. Something around that.
For something, it's extremely expensive, which is, like, at that point, why would Australians even buy a console? Buy a PC at that point. Like, you can get more out of it.
Buy a PC.
Like, the whole point of the console is to be the affordable, like away from the PC type thing, like the easy plug it and play thing.
You can literally just buy a gaming PC for that.
You can buy
amount, not less.
I think we got the laptop that you used, which is a very high-end gaming laptop. Like, we got that for $1,200, like on sale, and with some vouchers. However, like, even then, we managed to get that. Like that.
Pretty good.
The laptop that you're using will outrun any of the most current consoles easy. Like, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's like, why even bother buying a console at that point? Get the laptop that you use.
I don't know.
Be done with it.
Yeah.
Oh golly.
Especially when it comes to PlayStation stuff too, where most of that is on PC.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. PlayStation and Xbox, like most of their games are on PC now. Like,
yeah.
There's no point.
Get a PC. Get yourself some good quality monitor or something. There you go. Problem solved.
Exactly. That reminds me, I need to order a monitor later. Casually say that to the podcast.
It's fine.
There's a monitor. It's a big ultra wide because I need a new ultra wide for editing because my little monitor is not cutting it anymore because Blender is full. It's squishing everything into the screen. I can barely see what I'm doing anymore. It's got too much stuff on the screen. I need a new ultra wide, and on the website that I get things from, they have one down for $600 to $300 at the moment.
Okay.
Of a brand that I really like, and it's like full HDR, 100 hertz, da 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 da.
Yeah.
All the fancy smancy. It's got inbuilt speakers. I don't know whether they'll be good or not right now. But like,
who knows?
It's $300. I'm gonna grab it.
It's fine.
That's cheap for a monitor here in Australia, guys.
That is, yeah.
Oh god. Anyway, yeah, that was. I don't know where we went with that conversation.
A rant with a Switch that turned into just buy a PC for some reason.
Buy a PC. Oh god. Like, even if you buy a pre-built at this day and age, like if you're not someone who wants to make one, you can buy a pre-built PC. You can buy pre-built PCs that are as big as the Xbox Series X and run better, if you really want to. Like, you can find them. They're more expensive. Like, you can find them.
But you can find them. They do exist.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I don't know if I told you this or someone else. I know I told our father. I'm pointing over the phone. However, the new NVIDIA graphics card's going to take up 4 slots in the back of the PC.
4?
Or something like that.
What?
It's like, that's as big as a small PC itself at that point.
Are you drunk?
That would be literally, like, at least 3/4 of the size of this Xbox sitting in front of me. Like,
yeah.
Oh golly. Yeah, I think that's the rumors out for NVIDIA's new card. Probably that card that they said on the Witcher 4 trailer that they're running off that wasn't announced yet. That no one else has said anything about other than me.
Yeah.
Oh golly. Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
Is there any other news or anything to speak about?
I don't really think so.
Because I do have a topic we can go into.
Okay, might as well. I haven't
sort of
seen
thought
much.
of, and we've actually sort of started talking about it already by predicting the Switch's price. However, I was going to say let's predict our favorite video game companies' 2025s.
See, that depends, because we can predict, but they can go so out of left field when they want to.
Yeah, especially Nintendo.
Yeah.
Well, because I was like, I almost wrote, like, I didn't know what to write, because usually people say Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation. I have nothing to predict for PlayStation.
Neither do I.
Neither. Therefore, I've written down here, predicting Xbox, Nintendo's, and Sega's 2020.
Sega. Sega's joined the club
predicting
now.
the gaming industry's 2025, like, in general, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we'll get a Switch too.
Yeah. Well, the Nintendo's is going to be pretty straightforward, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
Unless we find out all those leaks were fake.
I would honestly love for that to happen.
See, I think I'd find it absolutely hilarious. I know most people would get super upset.
I would cry laughing.
However, I would laugh way too hard at being fake.
I'm like, this is amazing.
Do you think there will be 1 or 2 SKUs of the Switch though when it comes out? Like will there be a light and a normal one, or do you think it'll simply be the normal one and maybe different colors?
I think it'll maybe be the normal. See, I don't think they'd have a point for a Switch Lite because that's just the original Switch.
Yeah. I don't think, like, if the mouse thing is true, like you can actually use the stuff as a mouse, I don't think a Switch Lite would literally like work.
It just wouldn't function. It would just cease. Like
it would mean that like developers, if they had a fun idea to use the mouse, they literally couldn't. They would either have to develop a way in their game to play it on the Lite, or literally couldn't develop it for the Lite.
Yeah, which would make it kind of pointless.
Yeah, or they would simply get too scared about not having it on the Lite, and then wouldn't develop their fun little mouse idea. Like
yeah, exactly.
Which is what I think what happened with some of the motion controls based games that were for the Switch and the Switch Lite in general this generation.
Yeah, they kind of just
like there's a lot of things where they're like Super Mario Party, the first Mario Party on Switch. It says it can't be played on the Lite. I mean, you technically can. There's ways to do it. However, like it says it can't because it's too motion control based. Which I think is like, yeah, it sort of creates a divide when you have that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then
the point.
You'll have the same problem as the Switch and the Switch Lite, but amplified, where people will be like, the Switch is better, and then the other side will be like, but the Lite is better, and it'll just be even worse.
Yeah. Like I get the market for the Switch Lite. Like I understand. However, like I think there's probably should be, maybe at least for the first few years, advertise the base Switch as a Switch Lite for the Switch 2.
Yes.
That might work a bit better.
That's the only way I can see it working.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. What colours do you reckon will be at launch though? Blue and orange, I'm happy. That's the one I'm getting.
Yeah. I could see them. It's almost like doing the colours of the Joycons that they brought out like after.
Yeah.
Like I could see them doing a purple and yellow.
Do we ever have an orange Joycon though?
No, we didn't. No.
Is that a thing? Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think we did. I don't think an orange one was, no. But yeah, like I could see them doing like a purple and yellow too.
Yeah. I think it almost seems like they're avoiding doing like the red and blue again.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which, I mean, makes sense. That was like very much part of like the base Switch's identity. However, like,
yeah,
like I could very much see them like skipping over that and doing.
Does that mean we'll get more colors for the UI?
Oh, I really hope. I really hope. Even if we don't get backgrounds, all I want is colors,
please. Can we just get a better design in general?
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think, yeah, I could see, the blue and orange. And do you think it'll always be the trims, or do you think that maybe they'll have like, sometimes they'll have grey trims and then the rest of the Joy-Con will be coloured?
I could see them doing that for special editions.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think they do that normally.
Yeah. I don't know how people feel about it only being the trims. I don't mind it. I think it looks nice.
I don't care, personally.
I like
Either
the
way is fine
idea
with me.
of maybe instead of having only grey, maybe you can have black Joy-Cons with the coloured trims, or white Joy-Cons with the coloured trims, or stuff like that. Like, yeah, I guess it's a little bit more subdued than the base Switch, and it's ultra colourful.
See, maybe that's the point. We have the ultra colourful normal Switch with the most boring UI ever. Maybe it's swapped around.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see nonetheless. I can very much see some special editions of the Switch where their Joy-Cons have the trims be LEDs or something like that. Like,
no.
Most definitely.
I could see that.
That's got to be something. I think people do that now with the base Switch, like make their own LED based, like Joy-Cons and stuff like that. Yeah, I am. I think it's going to seem much bigger in person, even though we know it's bigger.
Yeah.
Than the base Switch.
It'll
I think
look
it's gonna...
like. It'll kind of be like having like a closed 3DS next to the brick. You know?
Yeah, maybe.
the original one. Like.
Yeah.
You know, it'll seem like it's like smaller than like in like videos and stuff like that. But then you have it, and it's like, oh, you know, it's the fair size.
Yeah, it's only meant to be like an inch bigger or something like that. Like, even then.
Because I don't think people call the Switch small like now. I personally don't find the Switch to be that small. Maybe it's just because I have really small hands. But
I don't find my hands do not like the Joy-Cons. That's an established fact at this point.
We know that for certain.
However, even then, I don't find the Switch too small personally. Like the Switch itself.
No, neither do I.
When I'm playing in handheld mode, I tend to be fine with the Joy-Cons. However, I do use a case that has grips. Like.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're just more comfortable in general with the grip case.
Yeah.
That's just how they are.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It'll be fun to see. The first thing I'm gonna do is gonna plop it next to my Zelda Switch and be like, oh, look how much bigger it is.
Look at them.
It's bigger.
Look at the size difference.
Then I'm gonna scramble around on day one and try to find some cases for it because there probably won't be much.
No, probably not.
Oh golly. The only problem I'm going to have with a bigger Switch is it will not fit in my crossbody bag.
No.
Maybe not. It might do if I squish it in there.
Squish it.
That's going to be upsetting because that's how I take my Switch most places.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm one of those people, the original trailer for the Switch where the guy takes his dog outside and sits at the table and plays the Switch?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, that is you.
I feel like I've never seen anyone else ever do that with the Switch. It's literally always me.
You're right, yeah.
I stick it in my bag and I go for a walk. I find a nice table and chairs. I sit down and play it almost every day. That's literally what I do. Oh my God. That's going to be... Yeah. Maybe I'm going to need to get a bigger crossbody bag to go with it. Upgrade. Anyway. Yeah, that's Nintendo's side of things, yeah. Do you reckon, what new games do you think they'll bring out this year? Metroid's one, we already know that.
Metroid is one, yeah, just in general.
Do we know much else? I know we know Xenoblade, which is a remaster.
Kind of a given, that one, I think.
Do you reckon there'll be a new Fire Emblem? When did Engage come out again? 2022?
23.
2023. Okay, maybe not a new Fire Emblem. Then. I can't remember.
One of them.
Hey, Halo came out 4 years ago this year. Halo Infinite. I don't even remember much at the moment. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not a new Fire Emblem. Maybe that mythical Fire Emblem 4 remake.
We might finally get the magical Sigurd remake. And everyone has been so desperate for.
It'd be hilarious if they bring out a remake and it's the 5th game, not the 4th game. Time for Leaf to shine.
Let's go, Leaf. He'll finally get his moment in the limelight.
Well, isn't the 5th game essentially a sequel to the 4th game, though?
I mean...
I know Leaf's in both. That's all I know.
Kind of. It's like a weird half and half.
It's that generic Fire Emblem thing where another game comes out and then the main character who was in the first game is either half in the second game or not there at all.
Yeah.
Or the second game is based on a character from the first game. Because that's even the same with 1 and 3, isn't it?
It's similar, yeah. It's like a
and then
kind of successor question mark.
Yeah. And then you got Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, where Ike's the main character in Path of Radiance, and then like a semi-main character in Radiant Dawn.
And then he's like, yes, but also no.
Yeah. It's like, okay, strange things. Yeah, I could very much see. I could see for the Switch 2.
You could see.
I'm glad. I could see for the Switch 2 them doing a lot more remasters of GameCube and Wii games. And I could see one of the first ones being Path of Radiance.
Please.
And then Radiant Dawn later, hopefully somewhere.
I need to bring back both of those.
The Radiant
one
Collection.
Day. The collection.
The Radiant Duology. the rather sunny outside today duology.
It's bright out today.
It's bright. That's how they need to, if they do a trailer for them, they need to like start it in the sun.
Yes.
Golly golly. I wonder if Escanor was based off Ike. Fun thought.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Other games. I don't think there'll be a Zelda game this year, like at all.
No, I don't think so.
If there is, I don't know, might be some Switch Online thing or a remaster or something. I don't know. Maybe they'll port over Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3D. Who knows?
I don't know.
And then Mario, I want to say I'm about 85% sure we'll get a new 3D Mario game.
We could.
Because
Though I don't know what it would be about, though.
Odyssey came out in 2017. It is almost 8 years old. This year.
Yeah.
And the only thing we've got since then, 3D wise, is Bowser's Fury. Like new.
Yeah.
Therefore, and that came out in like 2021. Therefore, there's something's got to be happening here. I don't think it'll launch with the Switch 2 though.
No, I think it'll be one that comes after.
I actually do honestly think the Switch 2 will launch with a new Mario Kart and an Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because those are the two games that skyrocketed the base Switch. And I can see Nintendo going, do it again.
Yeah.
do it again. And it sort of lines up as well, because, I mean, Mario Kart, the last one we got was in 2014.
That is true.
And the Animal Crossing, they have the same developers as Splatoon. Splatoon 3 came out like 2 years ago now. Therefore, they alternate, I think. Therefore, we are due a new Animal Crossing.
Actually, that sounds about right.
Yeah. we are due a new one.
Sounds about right. I'm not sure though.
I could very much see a new Animal Crossing that was basically will end up being what New Horizons was meant to be.
It'll end up being what it was supposed to.
and then I could easily see a new Mario Kart launching on the Switch because that worked really well last time. Do it again.
It did indeed.
Oh, I could definitely see them doing that. Smash Brothers, I have no clue what's even going to happen with Smash Brothers anymore.
I don't think anyone knows what's happening there.
I'm very confused. I know Sakurai's working on a new game. We don't know what it is.
Could be anything.
Actually, we don't even know if it's a new game. I think he simply said game. Remaster Kid Icarus, please.
Please. We need so many remasters.
I reckon the Switch 2 will be full of them, to be completely honest with you.
Probably.
Because it is more capable. Like Switch 2 could easily run the emulation of GameCube and Wii games a lot better.
I mean, I imagine it'll run anything
They might
better.
have ways to... Yeah, they might have ways to simply... Like, if they develop a tool set that will take Wii games and run them on the Switch 2, they might use more power than the Switch 1 can sort of handle, maybe?
Yeah.
That might work well. I don't know. It's something they could look at doing. In this next generation, we might get Halo on the Switch as well. We'll find out what happens there.
That one's just scary.
If that happens...
That one's just... What do you even do about that?
I think I'll be both excited and upset at the same time.
I'll be like, okay.
I will play them again on the Switch again.
Yeah. Do you
I'll be
imagine
like-
if they made the multiplayer cross? So you got people on the Switch playing against people on the Xbox.
I don't know.
They'd be like, who's lagging so much? Oh, it's a Switch user, don't worry about it. I'm here in a minute.
Imagine people using the mouse on the Switch against. The only problem, I know a lot of people are saying FPSs with the mouse, right?
No.
It doesn't make sense to me because where's the keyboard?
Exactly. They just use 2 Joycons.
Yeah, maybe they
One
have
of
like
them's to move.
they use like the left or the right one depending what hand they are as the mouse, and then they turn the other one on its side and use it as a
Yeah, the
little.
other one's sideways, yeah.
I mean, that could kind of work.
That would be the most awkward thing ever.
It would be extremely awkward. However, it
Do you
could
know how
work.
awkward it is to try and use the joysticks not together as it is?
Yeah, it's
Imagine
called
trying to
using a
use
Wii
one
remote
as
and
a
nunchuck.
mouse and the other one as a keyboard. That's just... They're connected!
It's like I believe there is an official on Mario Kart Wii. I think the classic or the Pro controller, one of them, doesn't have like motion control in it
Yeah, there's one that
or
doesn't.
something like that. And I think it's for Mario Kart Wii. It might be for Mario Kart Wii, or it might be for something on the Wii or something like that. Nintendo's official response for how to play this game with motion controls. Oh, it was for Splatoon on the Wii U. I remember
okay.
now because the gamepad had motion controls,
Yeah.
and you can use gyro aiming in Splatoon, and people really like that. I'm personally not a fan of it.
That's
However,
so
I know
weird to
people,
me. Yeah.
I know people really like it.
I mean, okay, I guess.
However, the Pro controller, the Wii U Pro controller, doesn't have motion controls, and Nintendo's official response was strap a Wii remote to your Pro controller.
It sounds like a response.
Literally,
I would
like
give.
they even showed you how to do it. I think.
That's amazing. That's a quality response right there.
It's literally like strap a Wii remote to the back of your controller and then move the controller.
That is the most I do not care response I've ever seen. Whoever came up with that was a genius.
Because like the first Splatoon has multiplayer, like co-op multiplayer,
Yeah.
that you can do a split screen and stuff. Therefore, like the second person would always not have gyro if they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh golly! And why the other Splatoons didn't have co-op multiplayer, I will never know.
No one knows.
It really upsets me because I feel like we would have played Splatoon a lot more as a family
Yeah,
if it actually had.
exactly.
Well, even if it had the first game, even if it had like proper PvP multiplayer split screen.
Yeah.
It doesn't though.
With more
It
game
only-
modes too.
Yes. Yeah. It only had like one co-op multiplayer thing where you fire at balloons or something like that.
We would have done so much more if it was just
Yeah.
better.
And because of that, I've never really gotten into Splatoon that much.
Yeah.
Like I played through the entire story of the second game and enjoyed it. However, even then I'm like, yeah,
Meh.
you good.
It's Splatoon, you know?
Like I like the concept.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Nintendo this year, I think they'll be fine. Xbox this year, I think they're gonna fall down a drain, and
I think a drain is an understatement.
I'm not expecting much from Xbox anymore, to be completely honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
at some point, the new Fable and Perfect Darks are gonna come out.
At some point.
At some point, I don't know when. Do they even have a lineup for this year? Who knows?
I don't know.
I
That's
honestly
a
have
good
no
question.
Do they have another Forza game coming out or something? I don't know. Are we due? I think we're due for Forza Horizon 6 or something. When did 5 come out? Like 3 years ago?
Yeah. Something like that.
I honestly, I have no idea anymore. Like...
I don't think anyone knows.
What Xbox are doing now is exactly what PlayStation did to me. Like with the Vita. Like... It's the reason I dropped off PlayStation in the first place. Like...
Yeah. Just kind of losing.
Now Xbox are like, we'll do the same thing. Now, as for Sega,
it's just.
as for Sega, I think they'll have an amazing year because they have a lot of games coming.
Yeah.
They'll have a lot of older games coming out. Hopefully, at some point, they'll announce a new Rise Star. That's all I want in life. I don't see it happening.
I don't know if that'll ever happen, honestly.
We're in a very odd situation where us and our siblings, we're all 2000s kids, yet we have a lot more knowledge of Sega than most people in the 2000s. Like
yeah.
Like 2000s kids, because like that's our parents, or our father specifically, was very Sega orientated. We have a lot of Sega games on PC, and we really only had a PC for like a long time.
Yeah.
We had like little handhelds every now and then. However, like, yeah, for the most part, we really only had PC. Oh, golly.
Yeah, we did weirdly kind of grow up with a lot of Sega stuff.
Therefore, yeah, Sega's always been more of our thing until we got like a Wii. Or a PS2. We had the PS2 first, I guess.
We had the PS2, yeah.
However, like, the problem with the PlayStation in general... one of the things I find was the problem with PlayStation in general is like everyone's experience is that different that there's no real community around it.
Yeah, it's very much like oh, you had a PS2? Yeah, me too. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What games did you play? The complete opposite of the games you played. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all played different games.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person who says that Ratchet and Clank 4 is my favorite in the series, which a lot of people do not agree with because that's the one I grew up playing.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Although I guess that's like us in Halo 4 too.
That's not even Ratchet and Clank 4, it's like Ratchet 4, because there's no, you can play Clank.
Clank's kind of, yeah.
I've only played the original trilogy. I haven't even played the second or third game. I've almost finished the first game on the trilogy on the Vita. That's... I need to get back to that. I do like Ratchet and Clank. Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see Sega going farther.
Yeah. And Sega's got a lot of IPs.
It already had a really good year.
Sega's got a lot of really good IPs that have simply been missing.
Yeah.
And I really want to see them come back in full swing with them. It'd be amazing if they made a new console. That's not going to happen. However, it'd be amazing if they made a new console. I would like that.
That ain't going to happen anytime soon.
I saw that Atari's got another new console coming out soon or something. I don't even know anymore.
Does?
Yeah, they bring out new consoles all the time. They got like a handheld coming out, I think. It looks almost like one of the generic PC handhelds.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a thing. Atari, I don't know why Atari keeps doing this.
Yeah, they just do, I guess. They're trying real hard. It's not getting anywhere though.
The funny thing is they keep re-releasing these old games from the 2600, and other than for novelty, like most of those games are barely playable these days. Like,
yeah.
Like I will quite happily, because we've got one of the flashbacks, I'll quite happily plug it in and play some of those old games for like maybe half an hour and be like, oh, that was fun, and then turn it back off again. Like, that's it. I've had my Atari fixed for the next year. Like, I'm not going out to spend $900 on their little PC console to play Atari games.
Yeah, you gotta really like Atari for that.
Yeah. Oh golly. Whereas like I think like where games started really becoming like replayable and bigger was like the NES era and stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Atari keep trying to chuck it out. I'm like, okay, thanks.
You can keep trying. It's not going to go anywhere.
That's great, guys. Thumbs up.
Yeah, good for you.
You're better off making a completely new console with new like franchises, or like actually making new games in your franchises. Have like yeah. God. And not to mention, you can literally all the games that are on these consoles that are uber expensive. you can get them in like $30 collections for the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, usually, yeah.
It's like, why even bother?
I notice that seems to be a thing.
It's like, oh golly, yeah, Atari confuses me sometimes. I don't know how they keep getting the money to make these little consoles. What I was referring to with their $900 one is they made like a little PC that played old Atari games, essentially.
Oh.
It's neat. It's like a little PC. However, it's not really that powerful enough to do PC games as such.
Yeah.
It's strange. Anyway, yeah, I like the direction Sega's going. I don't know how many of the games are going to come out this year because they really only announced them last year.
Well, they'll at least have their trailers, I guess.
I know they're thinking about a lot of Jet Set Radio this year because it's the anniversary, I believe.
Oh, okay. That's
or something
cool.
like that, which is, I mean, yeah, sure, go for it.
That's fine with me.
I'm not personally a big fan of Jet Set Radio's like gameplay or anything like that. However, like I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person where like I'd be sitting in a room of all these people. They see like announcements for Sega. They'd be like Jet Set Radio. They're all like happy and cheering and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then like I don't know, a new Space Channel or something like that, and they're all happy and cheering. And then this is new Billy Hatcher, and I'm the only one cheering. Yeah, new Billy Hatcher.
It's like they bring out something Rystar related, and they just bring like everyone from the depths below.
Oh, new Bonanza Bros? Yes. My short and stocky red guy and the tall blue guy are back.
Let's go. Yeah.
Or was it the other way around? I can't even remember.
Something like that. I don't know.
I want a new Vector Man.
Vector Man.
I want to see what they can do with that. Especially with their new thing where Sega's art styles are all like super amazing for some reason.
Yeah.
I want to see what they can do with like a new Vector Man. Or a new Comic Zone. Sega has a lot of good IPs.
Look, they have to bring them back in order for them to be brought back.
Yeah. That's very sheer logic of you there.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway, and then for the gaming industry in general, I don't know. Do you reckon this year will suffer as much when it comes to like layoffs and things? I really hope it doesn't.
I don't think so, but I can also see. It sounds really weird, right? Because we'll get the Switch 2 at some point, but I feel like this year will be like kind of stagnant.
Yeah, maybe. I think
a little bit.
This year is really going to prove whether this Switch is the the Switch was a whether the base Switch was like a fluke or not, and whether it can stand up to the handheld PCs. Yeah. Because the Switch was already like super far ahead by the time the Steam Deck came out. Like. Yeah. And I know they're not really like competing against each other because they're very different in a lot of ways. However, like the Switch 2 is going to be much closer power-wise to them now.
Yeah, it'll still be interesting.
Therefore, it will be interesting to see whether people like, oh, I've already got this handheld PC, why would I need a Switch 2 type thing? Or if it's going to be like, yeah, Switch 2, why not?
I could see both, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see both as well. It's going to be interesting to see. Otherwise, though, yeah, I don't have much else to say. Again, PlayStation, they'll do something.
PlayStation will be PlayStation.
I don't even know what games they have planned to come out this year.
I have no idea.
Who knows? Anyway, yeah. How was our poll for last week? I know it was good.
We did good. Got 133.
133 votes on, what was the question?
What Sonic movie has been the best?
Plus Knuckles.
Yeah, plus Knuckles.
You could have literally said and Knuckles.
I could have. Oh,
anyway, yeah.
Which the overwhelming majority was Sonic 3.
Yep.
I don't think that's a surprise to anyone.
What though?
85%.
85%. Oh my gosh.
You want to know what was in second place?
My guess would be Sonic 1.
That was Knuckles.
It was Knuckles? That actually surprised me because I didn't think as many people liked that as much as we did.
Yeah.
That's good.
We got Knuckles at 6%.
Knuckles at
And
6?
Then, yeah. And then Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 were both tied
Oh, wow.
for 4%.
That's interesting because I would probably go Sonic 3 to Knuckles then 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Because I really like 2.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe the wedding scene has really gotten to people now.
When I saw that Knuckles was second, I was like, what?
That is interesting.
Not what I was expecting, but okay.
It seems much more controversial than the other movies, at the very least.
Yeah.
The series. I don't know.
But yes.
Yeah.
Sonic 3 is an unsurprising win.
Yeah. That's not very much of a twist.
No.
Anyway, a poll for this week. I don't know. It'll either be probably not on predicting the futures of the consoles. Maybe we could do something based on the colors of the Joy-Cons, the new ones.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
What would it be a nice set of colors to see or something? Yeah, color combinations. That is a good idea. We'll work that out. Anyway, anything else to say before we go?
I don't think so.
That's all right. I hope everybody enjoyed this episode of the TriPoint Podcast. Thank you for listening, and we shall be back in the next one. Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye.